The Galaxy Note 8. This guy. The phone Samsung made because they could. It's got everything. A stylus, a dual camera, a huge beautiful curved edge display, water resistance, Bixby personal assistant, non-exploding batteries, headphone jack. It's sad that we have to mention that as a feature, but we do. It's pretty much one of, if not the highest end Android phone you can get right now. But is it worth your hard-earned cash? Hopefully, we can find that out together. After the intro. I mentioned cash, so I should probably clarify right off the bat. This is a very expensive phone. MSRP is $1,300 Canadian or $930 US. That's about $100 more than the S8 Plus, which is very similar in form factor and internals, and about $300 more than the S8. So the Note 8 better have some pretty killer features to account for the price jump. And it does have extra features, for sure. But anyways, let's get to the bottom of this. As always, a physical tour is in order. Design-wise, the Note 8 is almost a ringer for the S8 Plus. It's got slightly less rounded corners, and at 6.3 inches, the screen is a whopping 0.1 inches bigger. Which makes you ask, do we even need the Note line anymore now that there are Plus models of Samsung's flagship, but sorry, that's for later. The screen is the same resolution, 1440 by 2960, with curved edges and covered by Gorilla Glass 5. No physical home button once again at the bottom, and selfie camera, light and proximity sensors, and iris scanner at the top. The back looks much the same as the front with the new dual camera setup, which we'll get to later, next to the dual LED flash and fingerprint sensor, which really should be lower so it's not so hard to reach. On the very top, we've got the combo nano SIM and micro SD card tray. On the very bottom, the headphone jack, USB Type-C port, speaker grill, and S Pen slot. Power button is on the right side, volume rocker and dedicated Bixby button is on the left. For internals, things are, again, much the same as the S8 and S8 Plus. Snapdragon 835, Adreno 540 GPU, 64 gigs of storage, expandable up to 256 gigs with a micro SD card, and IP68 water resistance. And yes, it does retain that IP68 rating even with the stylus removed. But here's where it differs. 6 gigs of RAM up from 4, and a 3300 mAh battery. That's bigger than the S8, but smaller than the S8 Plus. And for the sake of showing all the differences in one place, it's also got the dual camera array and the S Pen. The Note 8 is the only current gen Android phone on the market that comes with a stylus. LG released a few variants in 2016, but other than those, the stylus experience is pretty much exclusive to Samsung's Note line. And stylus fans will be pleased to hear that it's better than ever this time around. It supports 4,096 levels of pressure sensitivity with the Wacom digitizer under the screen. That's the same amount found in a lot of graphic design tablets. I'm pretty bad at drawing, and my handwriting has suffered from lack of practice after years being around computers constantly, but even I found the S Pen a joy to use on the Note 8's gorgeous display. The live message feature, which lets you convert written messages to animated GIFs to share wherever you want, is pretty fun, but particularly impressive is the ability to whip out the pen and jot notes without unlocking the phone. You can even pin your note to the always-on display, so you'll see your to-do list every time you glance at the screen. I have a bad memory and ADD, so I used this constantly while testing the Note 8. Is the S Pen worth the price jump, though? Ruminate on that, and let's move on. The dual camera is the other major change on the Note 8, this being Samsung's first flagship to include the feature. The wide-angle camera is pretty much the same one found in the S8 and S8 Plus, with 12 megapixels and an f1.7 aperture, while the telephoto lens gets bumped to f2.4. Together, they enable the Note 8's live focus feature, which, unlike the iPhone 7 Plus's portrait mode, lets you adjust the level of background blur. It will also let you choose between the wide angle and close-up versions, which is nice to have. Live Focus did a pretty great job of isolating the subject from the background, but in a couple cases, the crop wasn't perfect, and I did see some artifacts. But when it works really well. You'd be hard-pressed to tell that some of these photos weren't taken with a DSLR. But is Live Focus worth the price jump? Again, ruminate. In true Samsung fashion, the TouchWiz UI on the Note 8 differs significantly from stock Android, but for responsiveness and utility, it's fantastic. The Apps Edge feature is here again, but now with the ability to pair 2 apps so they automatically open simultaneously in split screen mode, which is awesome if you have combos you always use in certain situations like opening maps and music for driving. Of course, you can still use split screen with other phones, but App Pair appears to be exclusive to the Note 8 for now. But is App Pair worth the price jump? I hope you're seeing the pattern here now, because if not, that's worrisome. So let me summarize. This phone is the same as the S8 Plus, save for a slightly bigger body and screen, the addition of the S Pen, the dual camera, and some exclusive UI features. Is it the best Android phone out there right now? Quite possibly. It's also one of the most expensive, not counting silly diamond-encrusted gold options for celebrities. If you're a fan of the Note line and you gotta have that stylus, then like I said, you don't really have a choice. But for everyone else, I can't recommend the Note 8 unless you for some reason need those extra features. The S8 and S8 Plus are significantly less expensive for much the same experience. Now, as I said, if I was given a Note 8, like I was for this review, I would use the heck out of that S Pen like I did. It's awesome to use, and it may even be crucial for business types editing documents and spreadsheets on their phone. But for everyone else, I don't think you can justify the price jump. The dual camera feature will probably reappear in the S9, which is rumored to be coming in a matter of months, but who knows. Which kind of brings me to a question I asked earlier. Do we even need the Note line anymore? Each generation's Note model has been bigger than its contemporaries, but the Note 8 screen is only 0.1 inches bigger than the S8 Plus. I feel like Samsung should consider just bringing the S Pen to the Plus variant of the S9 and spare us the complication that the Note 8 brings to the whole lineup. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. And with that, this video is over. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Click over here for previous videos. Check us out on Twitter down here. But as always, like the video if you liked it, comment below for fans with benefits, or to tell us what you think, and subscribe for more videos like this by clicking this. Subscribe for more videos like this from NCIX by clicking this. That's what I meant to say. And now I need to send this back, but not before I write some crude messages so they will see it when they get it back. I'm just kidding, I'm gonna factory reset it, so that's